Hello and welcome everyone to yet another success story from Board Infinity. Today we are here with Sanjay to share about his story, his learning journey and everything. We will make sure that it will be inspiring for you. So Sanjay, first of all, congratulations on your placement.
Thank you, Ayush.
All right. So Sanjay, would you like to tell us about your academic background and your previous background before, entering into the field of data science? How was your life back then and how you got interested in it?
Sure. So basically, I'm from a non-technical background. So I did my BTech in chemical engineering from 2009 to 13. So after that, I got placed in a chemical-based firm called Bureau Veritas. So Bureau Veritas is basically a global commodity-based company which deals with raw materials like oil and petrochemicals, coal and coke, agri products and all. So those were basically chemical products. So there I worked for around 4.5 years till 2017. Soon after that, I thought of pursuing MBA. So I pursued MBA in marketing and finance from 2017 to 19. So then actually, because in our MBA curriculum, we had we used to use certain tools for our thesis submission. So Excel was the most used tool. Apart from that, we used to use SPSS as well. So since then, my interest towards data actually rose.
Okay.
Then, I also had a good mentorship from the faculties of MBA who also used to guide me and who also used to advise me to pursue some career related to data.
Okay.
Right. So then, till then it was fine. After that, I got placed in ITC Limited after my MBA. So that was into FMCG domain. So I was working as a sales officer, and of course, as you know, in sales, like we have to handle lots of sales data. Like it's a daily basis program, right? So there, I actually learned most about Excel because we used to implement Excel. We used to use pivot tables. We used to use all those data validation tools and all in Excel, right? So then my interest towards data started rising again.
Okay.
Then we used to use tools like Tableau because Tableau was most preferred at the time for the visualization aspects. Because in sales, what happens we almost every month or the other, we have to launch certain products. And launching product is a great headache, right? Because we have to analyze the things. We have to know which market is suitable for that particular product, where I have to launch and what will be the output. So we had earlier data where the launches happened. So based on that, we used to analyze the data. And since I was into Tableau, so it helped me to analyze the data well, to visualize the data well. That was just a start because I didn't know, I just knew the basics of Tableau, right? Because that was just a starting because I didn't learn before that. So then after proceeding for around 2 years in FMCG, I worked with ITC, I worked with Parley as well. Then I thought of pursuing courses in data. So I went through, I did some research and I found that business analytics is a course which is quite relevant for MBA domain, because since I was from MBA and if I switch to business analytics, that will again be a part of MBA as well, because in MBA we have HR, we have finance, we have supply chain, etc. Even in business analytics is the analytical aspects of HR, because we have HR analytics, we have financial analytics, we have supply chain analytics, we have retail analytics as well. So then I started learning the analytical aspects of all those streams, though it be HR, marketing and all. Because so I did my business analytics from IIM Kozhikode under the platform Talent Age. So that was basically a 6 months course, which happened from July 2021 to December 2021. So there I mostly learned about R programming and Excel in a analytical aspects. So that was the thing. That was my first approach towards data. While pursuing my business analytics, I came to know about data science. Maybe near about October and November. So I thought, okay, let me first complete it and then we'll proceed for data science, because in analytics, programming is not that much essential. We have to know the basics, but programming is not that essential. We can analyze if we know Excel and say 1 or 2 visualization tool. That is enough, right? So from October onwards, I started doing research of which will be the best platform for doing data science. So then one of my friends suggested about Board Infinity, who actually did the same course from Board Infinity, data science. So she suggested that, okay, Board Infinity will be a good platform because since you are from a non-technical background, they will teach you from scratch. And at the end of the curriculum, you will be totally enhanced with all the tools.
Right.
So I thought, okay, since I have to learn, I did some research. I talked to the representative of Board Infinity. The session started from February, but I got enrolled in November itself.
Okay.
I didn't make any delay. So my business analytics course got over by December. So I took a gap of 1 month and I started from February.
Okay.
So initially, like, of course, since I had some knowledge of business analytics, so it helped me to understand the aspects of data science,
right,
because it's somewhat related. Then like the coach was Kango sir, sort of Kango sir. So initially he taught us about Excel. Like he basically refreshed. I mean, he basically what to say? Since I already knew about the course, but he actually gave a better clarity. Yeah, better clarity about that course. So he taught us Excel. He taught us SQL, which was really great. I got to know lots of things from SQL as well as Tableau. Because initially I knew just the basics. Okay, how to visualize, how to arrange the rows and columns and all, how to use filters and all. But his course curriculum actually taught me all the various other aspects in depth about Tableau. Right. So that actually helped me. And so it happened so it started from February, March, April. So by end of April till Tableau, it was over. Right. So from June onwards, like the basics of Python started.
Right.
So soon after completion of Tableau, I started applying for data analyst jobs, because sir also, like Kango sir also, like suggested, okay, since you know SQL, since you know Tableau, you can start applying for data analyst or business analyst role. So I was preferring for business analyst since I was from MBA. So since then till maybe July, I have appeared for around 10 plus interviews, which out of which I cracked 3 interviews, out of which Infosys was one of them. So that was right. So my first preference, because I was always interested in consulting domain. So the designations what they were giving is starting from business analyst, associate business analyst, then associate consultant, then senior associate consultant, consultant lead. That way it used to approach. So for associate consultant, they basically required MBA with 2 years of experience with IT skills. Right. So that was tough because I didn't have any experience in IT.
Right.
But the curriculum of business analytics from IIM Kozhikode and mostly the curriculum of Board Infinity till Tableau really helped me out.
Right.
Because while teaching SQL and Tableau, sir used to give us many resources where we can handle data, like say Kaggle, right? Say he used to teach us to practice in say Geeks for Geeks, say Hackers Rank. So those resources sir provided. So there I used to practice a lot because I knew I have to crack the interviews. Because Python is like, okay, it has started, it will take some time. So till then I can at least apply for the analyst role, because of course, since I was from non-technical, so applying for data engineers or data scientist role would have been tough. Maybe people from BTech, computer science or IT, or say BCA will be like, for them it will be easy, right? Since they have a base of like the entire computer science thing. But since I didn't have the base, so I thought of starting from analyst profile. So when I saw that, okay, they require analyst as well as consulting, and since I already had 2 years of experience post MBA, so I directly applied for associate consultant. So there basically they conducted 2 rounds of interview. The first round was technical plus managerial. So it went around 45 to 50 minutes. Like say they basically wanted, like I had a panel of 2 interviews. So they basically was checking how I manage data, because since they were recruiting for MBA, so how I analyze the data is fine, but how I manage the data or how I get key insights from the data, which I used to analyze. So they basically had checked that. So they asked me out my various projects, because in while staying in IIM Kozhikode, I did a project in e-commerce. That was a capstone project. So there we used to like, I had used Tableau, I had used Excel, I had used R to some extent. So that project I had actually explained to them what I actually did, what are the insights I used to face. Plus, while my working in ITC and Parley also, I used to analyze the data. I used to analyze the sales data with the help of lots of tools. So that also I explained them what I used to do in a daily basis, how I used to get the key insights and how I used to apply them for say new launches and all. So that they actually got to know, okay, I have some knowledge about the data and I can handle whatever the roles they are offering to me. So that way it went till 45 minutes. So it was good. After that, the HR round happened. Say after 1 week, 7 to 10 days, the next second round HR round happened. So then after that, like they gave me the offer.
Amazing. So, Sanjay, one thing that I definitely love about your journey is, right, that you were patient enough, right? Incrementally, आप चीजें सीखते गए. You were first
Yes.
using Excel, फिर आप Excel Tableau सीखा, and then you did that IIM कोई code वाला course, and then you came to Board Infinity for more advanced, for getting more advanced into data science.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
nowadays, definitely even we see it among our learners, there is a rush to learn, right? But there's, a limited thing you can learn in a limited time. So that is, one really great thing about your journey. So would you like to tell us, more about, the kind of projects you have made all throughout? कैसे बनाया, क्या challenges आपने face करे, and which subjects you felt कि यार ये सबसे ज्यादा tough थे? Because as you said कि May June में you started applying for the jobs, right? तो उसके बाद फिर पढ़ाई करने में मन लगाया नहीं, या पूरा focus मतलब इंटरव्यू पे ही था? How was that thing?
No, I had to balance because मैंने जैसे आपको बोला कि like from June, Python, like Sufi sir actually has taken the Python course from starting to ending. So Sufi sir actually started. So he was also encouraging, okay, since we are done with the Tableau and SQL part, let's apply. So I was also having a simultaneous interaction with him. Okay, how to approach and how. So he also guided me a lot.
Right.
So apart from the course of Python, also I was working as well. And plus I was applying for the data, business analyst profiles. So I was going for 3 things simultaneously: applying for jobs, going for the data science Python course, like the rest part, and working like my regular work schedule.
Right.
So that was the 3 things I went simultaneously. And talking about the projects, yes, the main project which I handled was in IIM Koikot. It was an e-commerce project, as I have already mentioned. So that was basically a we basically created a insight about the various demographic aspects of the people, how the customers are actually visiting the e-commerce. Okay. Right? Say for example, people say there was a there was a part where we analyzed that, okay, people who were having say 0 children, people who were having 1 children, 2 children, 3 children, and more than that. So people who were having less children visited the mall the most from the data set, and people who are having less children visited less. So it was somewhat contradictory, because of course if you have more children, maybe the crave towards going to the mall will be more. But no, we analyzed that, okay, people who had less children visited more, maybe because of they had more time, maybe they have more time to give like to the other aspects. And when they conceive say 2 to 3 children, they don't have time, maybe that was the aspect. So similarly, like we have given certain aspects to the e-commerce platform. Okay, these are the things what we actually got insights from your data set, and we gave them all the data related information. So from then actually they might have changed their aspects, they might have changed their approach towards approaching the clients, and approaching the customers of their e-commerce platform. So that was one of the important projects of IIM Koikot, which I actually did. Apart from that, like while going for data science course from Board Infinity, I downloaded many data sets from Kaggle, because in Kaggle we have lots of data sets, and I used to analyze it personally. Because till then, like I didn't have any like other Capstone, because Capstone project hadn't been started yet from Board Infinity. So I used to I used to analyze the data, and I used to derive key insights, because one particular data set can give you many insights.
Right.
So I was searching for the insights which will be essential for business perspective, since I was applying for business analytics. So that way, like I downloaded many data sets. I used to analyze the data sets, and I used to find key insights, and even I used to publish in LinkedIn as well.
Great.
Right. So that way it helped me to know more about the data and how to know the various aspects of analyzing the data. And apart from that, I used to practice SQL in HackerStrength and Gift4Gigs. Right. They are supposed to be one of the best platforms, both. Right. So that really helped me to excel in my SQL skills as well. And of course, Excel was going through all along in my work profile. Right. So that Excel way, like I was
is bread and butter for every MBA graduate.
Yes. Of course, it is required.
Right.
So Excel is, you can say, our Bible.
Absolutely. So Sanjay, all throughout your journey, right? You mentioned about Saurabh sir, you mentioned about Supi sir, right? How important, would you like to give to mentorship? Mentorship kitna zaruri hai for accelerating in career?
So it's highly required. Mentorship is highly required, because at some point you really get demotivated, right? So if I talk about Saurabh sir is someone like who is open to everything. Like he has lots of ideas, he has lots of information in it, and he likes knowledge transfer. Right. So that's the best part of Saurabh sir. Even with Sufi sir also, because Sufi sir has taught us from the scratch, right? Because Python was totally new to me. And maybe today I can say, okay, I can actually have, means he actually gave us the clarity of all the, say, libraries used in Python, say all the data structure used in Python, all the key differences of all the data structure, all the key differences of the libraries, how to approach a problem, right? How to define a problem. So that way he actually has taught us holistically about Python, right? Apart from that, the mentorship, what you're saying, yes, he also guided us. He was constantly motivating everyone to apply for the jobs. Every week he used to ask, okay, who are the people who has got job? Tell me, raise your hands. Again, say one or two will say, no, we are trying. No, trying is not enough. You have to do, okay, these are the resources. You have to try. Again, I will ask you next week. So that way he used to motivate us every week. So that actually helped me as well, right? Because constant motivation is required from someone. And he's like, both the faculties like Sufi sir and Saurabh sir, they are from the same field. So they know, okay, being from non-technical, it is tough. So of course, in our batch, most of them are non-technical, right? So the motivation from them was really required, and that actually helped me.
Perfect. So, Sanjay, as you also told कि आपने around 10 plus interviews के लिए apply करा था, and you were able to crack 3 jobs, right?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Any further interview experience you would like to tell our viewers, right? क्या mistakes उनको avoid करने चाहिए, and क्या positive points वो अपने interview में रख सकते हैं?
Yes. So, first of all companies will have their separate own JDs, I mean job descriptions, right? So of course it's not possible to know everything,
right?
It's not possible. Even Sufi sir used to say the same. It's not possible for a single individual to know each and everything, right? So was the first approach is whatever company we are applying for, they will have their respective JD. We have to go through the JD very, very minutely.
Right.
What's their requirement? Because say for a business analyst profile, if I'm applying for 10 different companies, they will have 10 different requirements.
Right.
One will be asking for say SQL and Tableau. One will be asking for say SQL and Click. One will be asking for SQL and Power BI. So it's not meant like easy for us to know Tableau, Power BI, say all those say visualization tools, right? It's not easy, and it's not possible also. So we have to know the JD. Based on the JD, say if that's our like if you're having interest to apply, and if say we are seeing that okay, these are the tools I know, right? So I can apply. Let's say one tool, say for example, I know Tableau, I know Power BI, but say for that company, he's asking Power BI, right? And some person doesn't know Power BI, he knows Tableau.
Right.
So if he actually applies for the same, he can say if he cracks, like if he succeeds to the interview, success for the interview, like if he gets a call for the interview, he can at least tell, okay, he doesn't know Power BI, but he knows Tableau, he knows the basics of Tableau, because ultimately the foundation is same, right? So that way he can counter the questions, he can approach the questions based on Tableau, whatever knowledge he has on Tableau. Or say people who know Power BI and doesn't know Tableau and they are asking for Tableau, same, he can approach like what he has learned in Power BI, what are the key aspects of Power BI, what are DAX and all. So that way he can approach, and that way also the interviewer will know, okay, he knows the aspects. Maybe while we train them after joining, he will be definitely coping up with the new tool in a minute, right? So that's the important approach. We have to know the JD. Secondly is like whatever tools they have asked, like whatever, we have to know the basics, because they don't ask that tough questions, right? They will check what we know about the basics, right? Of course, they will basically check for the implementation, like how we are applying the knowledge, how we are applying. Okay, so we have learned certain things. I have learned Tableau, like how I'm applying it. So when in Infosys also, like they were asking, okay, you know Tableau, you know Excel. So how have you used the data? You have a sales data, right? So how have you used the data? How have you find the key insights, and what decisions you took based on that, right? So that way they were actually testing me, my knowledge. So that way, like first is knowing the JD. Second is whatever the tools they will be mentioned in the JD, we have to know the basics at least, right? And for our own comfort zone, we have to practice, because say being from non-technical, we can apply for data analyst or business analyst roles, right? It is easy. Like if we know SQL, if we know Excel, if we know a visualization tool,
Right.
So we can apply for business analyst, not an issue. Python will be required, but say mostly for say data engineers or data scientists. So yes, if we know those three tools, we have to practice a lot.
Right.
We have to handle the data. We have to say use Kaggle. Say I have used Kaggle. So there are other platforms as well, but Kaggle is one of the best and easy platform where we can access data. So I've used lots of data from Kaggle. I practiced from Hackers Rank and Geeks for Geeks a lot. So that has actually helped me to build the foundation, and that actually gave me confidence. Okay, whatever things they will ask, I can handle them. So, and third is apply as much as interview as we can.
Right.
It's not that we are applying from one interview or two interview we didn't get, because I still remember Sufi sir used to say applying for interviews is like a loop. It's an iterative process. You apply once, you fail, you again apply, you fail. Maybe you'll apply 10, 15 times. Maybe on the 16th time, you will crack it.
Right.
And that will be a success. Because from those previous 15 failures, you will know 15 different approaches, what not to do and what to do.
Right.
So that actually helped me, because those 10 interviews, because of course earlier I have approached for interviews, but that was not for data related job. But this 10 plus interviews, that was for data related job. So I actually knew, okay, what type of questions they might ask, what will be the probable questions. So that has helped me to prepare in a better way, and that's how I cracked it.
Amazing. All right. So, once again, congratulations, for your success, Sanjay. Any closing remarks or any word of advice for your fellow learners who are right now, learning business analytics or data science? Any closing tips for them?
Yes. So I've already said that we have to know the basics, and trust me, Board Infinity is really one of the best platforms I've seen, because being from non-technical, I have learned from scratch. And today, at least, I have confidence. Okay, I can handle data. I can analyze data. I can visualize data. So that confidence I have. I'm sure if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
That's not a problem.
Right.
And of course, whatever the things they will teach you, we have to see, whatever be the platform is, they will show us the pathway. Like they will show us 20 to 30%. Okay, this is the approach. Rest 70% is our own effort.
Absolutely.
And one important thing that is required is time. We have to invest time. We need patience. As you have said in the first few lines that, okay, I did it slowly. Yes, we have to give time, because we cannot rush. Because this is something, a new platform, and we have to learn from scratch. We have to give time to us. There will be failures, because failures is okay, right? The more failure we get, the more learnings we get. I failed maybe 10 times to get maybe to crack this Infosys interview, right? So yes, time is really important. I mean, the most important factor is time. We have to invest time,
right?
And we have to be patient enough. Patience is really required. And if we have this both patience and time with us, definitely someday or the other, we'll definitely crack.
All right. Amazing. So once again, thank you for telling your journey. For the viewers, right, as you heard Sanjay, right, if he can do it, anyone can do it. So let us know in the comment section, what is your background and what are you aspiring for? And maybe we can help you in your journey. And yeah, have a good day, Sanjay. Thanks a lot for joining.
Thank you, Ayush. Thank you. Have a good day.